Greetings, friends. Many of you might have already heard yesterday, in fact, BioWare made the official announcement that Dragon Age Inquisition will have a multiplayer mode. Now, this should not come as a surprise to most of us for a number of reasons. One reason being, of course, the largely unexpected but welcomed success of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Many of you who are actually subscribed to me probably know me best as a class guide maker and video maker of that mode of that game. I myself, when multiplayer came out, was quite surprised by the fact that it was very fun and overall well done. Of course, I've talked about this many times. There are a lot of things that could have been done differently and so on and so forth. I don't want to talk about Mass Effect multiplayer, but there was a precedence. I mean, this was not unexpected. This also seems to be the general trend. I just want to tell you some of my thoughts. I'll also be posting links in the description box for you to check out the trailer, as well as what IGN thinks and what have you. Based on what I've seen, it seems quite different to Mass Effect multiplayer. It's completely separate from what I've understand and what I've heard from the single player campaign, whereas multiplayer was somehow integrated and did affect the outcome of the game, Mass Effect 3 single player. This is separate completely. And apparently, based on what I've seen and what I've read, it looks like just kind of monster stomping, loot collection, and that's pretty much it. I think at launch there'll be 3 sort of dungeons or areas that have random encounters, and it's co-op up to 4 people. It looks like it could be fun, but I don't know. I mean, I'm waiting for a pleasant surprise. The fact that there's a multiplayer, as I said, doesn't surprise me. It's just I don't know how it's going to be implemented. It does seem quite different to the Mass Effect one, but then again, would you expect otherwise from a fantasy setting as opposed to Mass Effect isn't really sci-fi; it's more sort of science fantasy. But yeah, this is sort of high fantasy. Okay, I don't know what to think going forward. I need a freaking new computer. I'm slowly saving up towards that end, but I won't be able to run Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer or single player without it. But who knows? Maybe it turns out to be a blast, and I'll be making class guides and build guides to a Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer. Maybe I'll be playing some game multiplayer with you guys. I mean, one question I think that's highly relevant that people probably aren't asking, but I'll ask it, is server issues. I mean, everyone who played Mass Effect multiplayer knows that there were massive server issues, host dependent. If you were hosting a game, you had an advantage over other people for the most part. Not only that, I mean, it's a co-op game. It's not competitive, but still the point is that other people would suffer from lag rather than having an independent server that everyone kind of logs into. I'm hoping that's how they do it, and it's not host dependent. I mean, based on location. I mean, I don't want to be affected tremendously by variance in other people's internet, or likewise, I don't want other people to be affected if I were to play the game. So it's kind of difficult to say. Will this distract from single player? It's completely separate. It has nothing to do with single player apart from just practicing your combat skills maybe. I don't think so. I mean, it seems like it's still a single player game, and that's where the story and the important stuff is concentrated in. But I just don't know what to think. I'm neutral about this. I might not play very much at all. I might play the hell out of it. It's just going to depend. So we'll all see. Dragon Age Inquisition multiplayer. It looks to be along the lines of Elder Scrolls Online, sort of. But I don't know. It could be that Dragon Age Inquisition turns out to be a complete piece of crap, and we don't know. So anyway, I'll stop talking now. Check out the links. Form your own opinion. Think your own thoughts. As always, take care and have a pleasant evening.